What is up, iPad enthusiasts, and welcome back to iPad Focus. The tech world is moving at lightning speed, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the next big thing. Well, you've come to the right place, because we're diving headfirst into the most crucial updates that will shape your Apple experience. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of what's hot, what's coming, and what you absolutely need to know to stay ahead of the curve. First up, the latest public beta for the new iOS 26 is here, and the big question on everyone's mind is your iPhone compatible? We've got the definitive list and all the juicy details. First up, the latest public beta for the new iOS 26 is here, and the big question on everyone's mind is your iPhone compatible? We've got the definitive list and all the juicy details. But that's not all. As we gear up for Apple's massive September event, we're also breaking down exactly which highly anticipated products are unlikely to make an appearance. Don't get your hopes up for everything you might be expecting. But that's not all. As we gear up for Apple's massive September event, we're also breaking down exactly which highly anticipated products are unlikely to make an appearance. Don't get your hopes up for everything you might be expecting. Then, we're finally tackling that age-old question: what if the iPad were more like the Mac? With the latest OS updates, Apple might have just delivered the answer, and we're exploring if it truly bridges that gap. Then, we're finally tackling that age-old question: what if the iPad were more like the Mac? With the latest OS updates, Apple might have just delivered the answer, and we're exploring if it truly bridges that gap. And to cap it all off, we've spotted some incredible savings on Apple's latest M4 iPad Pro models. Could this be the perfect time to upgrade? Stick around for all this and more. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a single update. iOS 26. Is your iPhone ready? Beta 5 drops. /N/N is your iPhone about to get a major upgrade. Apple has just unleashed public Beta 5 for iOS 26, bringing us one step closer to the official release. With the highly anticipated iPhone 17 event just 2 weeks away, expected on September 9th, the countdown to iOS 26 and iPadOS 26 is officially on. This new operating system promises significant enhancements, including the much-talked-about liquid glass design, which is being hailed as a more polished evolution of concepts seen in Windows Vista. We've had our hands on it for 2 weeks, and our detailed preview is available now, but you can also dive in yourself with this latest public beta. While generally stable, remember that beta software always carries a slight risk. Beyond the visual overhaul, whispers of a live translation feature for AirPods are also creating a buzz, potentially revolutionizing how we communicate across languages. The big question for many users is compatibility. While Apple was generous last year, 2025 marks a shift. Some older models are being phased out. The iPhone 8 series and the iPhone X were the first to go in 2023, and this year, devices released in 2018 are set to be left behind. If your iPhone falls into this category, you won't be able to download iOS 26 when it officially launches this fall. We're here to help you navigate which iPhones and iPads will support the new OS. For a full rundown of what's coming, check out the announcements from Apple's WWDC event. While a stripped-down AI chatbot to rival ChatGPT is reportedly in the works, don't expect an updated Siri just yet. The specific iPhone models no longer eligible for iOS 26 are the iPhone XR, iPhone XS, and iPhone XS Max. This means if you're rocking one of these powerful devices from 2018, it's time to consider an upgrade to take advantage of the latest software. For everyone else, rejoice. If your iPhone was announced in 2019 or later, you should be in the clear. This includes the iPhone SE, second generation and later. All iPhone 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 series models, including their Pro and Plus variants, and even the iPhone 16e. Similarly, for iPads, the M4 iPad Pro, the 12.9-inch iPad Pro 3rd Gen and later, 11-inch iPad Pro 1st Gen and later, iPad Air 3rd Gen and later, iPad 8th Gen and later, and iPad Mini 5th Gen and later, are all set to receive iPadOS 26. Continuing to use an unsupported device means missing out on crucial security updates, potentially leaving your device vulnerable, and you might find some apps stop functioning correctly. Plus, you'll miss out on all the exciting new features iOS 26 has to offer. Expect the official rollout around mid-September, likely Tuesday, September 16th, following the iPhone 17 event. Hold onto your hats, because the software updates are just the beginning of our deep dive. Next, we're peering into the crystal ball to see what Apple might be announcing at their big September event. What Apple won't announce. September event expectations /N/N Apple's September event is always a spectacle. And this year, with the iPhone 17 lineup, Apple Watch Ultra 3, and AirPods Pro 3 anticipated, the excitement is palpable. However, not every rumored Apple product will grace the stage. As we prepare for the awe-dropping event on September 9th, it's crucial to manage expectations. Several highly anticipated devices are reportedly being held back for later releases, potentially pushing into 2026. When it comes to Macs, history suggests they rarely appear at September events. Typically, new Mac releases are reserved for October or November. Last year, the M4 MacBook Pro, Mac Mini, and iMac arrived in late October, following the M3 MacBook Pro's debut in 2023. This year, the landscape for new Macs looks even leaner for the fall. Reports indicate an M5 MacBook Pro is nearing completion, but its launch is anticipated for early 2026. A new Mac Pro is also on the horizon, though its release timeline remains uncertain. Even if a Mac does make a surprise appearance this year, it's almost guaranteed to be in October or later, not at the September event. Apple's smart home ambitions are growing, with the rumored HomePad device, possibly named HomePod Touch, being a central piece. However, this device is not expected to launch until 2026. Initial plans for a March 2025 release were reportedly delayed due to necessary overhauls of Siri's AI capabilities, pushing the expected launch to spring 2026. This indicates a significant focus on integrating advanced AI before rolling out new hardware in the smart home sector. While new AirPods models often debut in September, and AirPods Pro 3 are expected, there are no indications of updates for the more affordable AirPods 4 or the premium AirPods Max. The AirPods 4, having launched last year, are unlikely to see a revision before 2026. Despite AirPods Max lagging in features compared to other Apple audio products, rumors suggest no new hardware is imminent for this line either. This means current models will continue to be the standard for the foreseeable future. Beyond the expected iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods Pro updates, several other products are rumored for a fall release. These wildcard products include potential updates like AirTag 2, which could logically accompany new iPhones or possibly new Beats models. However, it remains unclear whether these will be showcased at the September event or held for subsequent releases in October or November. Given the substantial lineup of new iPhones, Apple Watches, and AirPods Pro 3, it's highly probable that the September event will be packed, leaving little room for these additional products. We've covered what's coming and what's not, but now let's talk about a major shift in how you'll use your iPad. Next, we're exploring if Apple has finally made the iPad feel more like a Mac. iPadOS 26. The iPad gets a Mac-like makeover /N/N for years. The iPad has occupied a unique space in Apple's ecosystem, a device that's more capable than an iPhone but less complex than a Mac. It excels at media consumption, reading, and lighter creative tasks, but serious work often still required a MacBook. Now, with iPadOS 26, Apple seems to be directly addressing the question, what if the iPad were more like the Mac? While not a complete convergence, this update brings the iPad closer than ever to a desktop-like experience, albeit with some important caveats. The hardware, particularly the M4 iPad Pro, is already incredibly powerful, boasting a stunning display and the same M4 chip found in the MacBook Air. This hardware has long outpaced the software's ability to fully leverage it for complex workflows. Previous attempts at enhancing multitasking, like Split View, Slide Over, and the more recent Stage Manager, felt like compromises, trying to preserve the iPad's core identity while inching towards more productivity. Stage Manager, in particular, never quite felt intuitive for many users. iPadOS 26 fundamentally changes this. Apps now behave like true windows, a feature long desired by iPad users. You can freely resize these windows, move them around the screen, and even utilize Mac-style traffic light controls for closing, minimizing, or expanding. A menu bar, previously absent, now appears when you swipe down from the top, further enhancing the desktop feel. This isn't just a cosmetic change, it's a foundational shift in how multitasking is handled. On an M4 iPad Pro, running a dozen apps simultaneously is feasible, and even on less powerful models like the iPad mini with an A17 chip, managing several windows becomes effortless. It's not a full Mac desktop, but it finally feels like one. Apple has also integrated more familiar Mac utilities. The Preview app, a staple for handling PDFs and images on macOS, is now on iPad. It offers the same robust functionality, viewing, annotating, filling forms, and signing documents, all with Apple Pencil support. This makes the iPad a more potent standalone work device. The Files app has also seen significant improvements, allowing users to pin folders directly to the dock, mirroring a long-standing macOS feature. Background tasks like downloads and file transfers can now proceed without keeping the Files app active in the foreground. Combined with enhanced audio and video capture tools, the iPad is finally leaning into professional workflows rather than sidestepping them. However, limitations persist. The iPadOS sandbox environment means you still can't install macOS applications directly, and many professional Mac apps have either no iPad equivalent or a significantly pared-down version. Even Apple's own professional apps on iPad feel like a junior varsity offering compared to their Mac counterparts. This fundamental difference means the iPad remains an iPad, not a Mac replacement. You can work more like you do on a Mac, but you're still operating within the iPad's framework. Despite these limitations, the gains are substantial. The iPad now supports workflows that previously demanded a laptop. Creative professionals can juggle design, research, and communication seamlessly. Students can annotate lecture notes while watching videos. iPadOS 26 doesn't erase the distinction between the iPad and Mac, but it delivers a crucial feature that many users have been asking for: a more flexible, desktop-like multitasking experience. It signals Apple's comfort in allowing its platforms to overlap, even if they never fully merge. While the software is getting a major overhaul, there's also some great news on the hardware front. Next, we're looking at some fantastic deals on the latest M4 iPad Pro models. Labor Day savings. M4 iPad Pro deals emerge. /N/N get ready for some significant savings as Amazon rolls out its Labor Day sale, offering a compelling $200 discount on Apple's most affordable 13-inch M4 iPad Pro configurations. This promotion brings the starting price down to just $1,099, making the latest iPad Pro more accessible than ever. The deal applies to both the sleek silver and classic space black variants, marking a return to the impressive pricing we saw during Prime Day and a recent week-long Apple Gear sale. While there have been sporadic, flash discounts on these models throughout the year, this sustained $200 off offer on the base 256 GB model, as well as the 512 GB and 1 TB configurations, is particularly noteworthy. These deals represent some of the best pricing we've tracked for these specific M4 iPad Pro models. While some higher-end configurations, like the 1 TB 11-inch M4 iPad Pro Wi-Fi Plus Cellular, have seen even steeper discounts of up to $500 in exclusive pass sales, the most affordable 13-inch versions rarely see discounts exceeding $200. This makes the current offer a prime opportunity for those eyeing the latest iPad Pro technology. The M4 iPad Pro itself is positioned as the ultimate iPad experience, boasting an impossibly thin and light design. It features the groundbreaking Ultra Retina XDR display, delivering stunning visuals, and is powered by the exceptionally performant M4 chip, ensuring super-fast connectivity and seamless multitasking. Compatibility with the Apple Pencil Pro and the integration of powerful productivity features within iPadOS further enhance its capabilities. The inclusion of Apple Intelligence, described as a personal intelligence system, promises to assist users with writing, self-expression, and task completion while prioritizing groundbreaking privacy protections. This sale comes at a strategic time, ahead of the busy back-to-school and holiday shopping seasons, providing consumers with a significant incentive to invest in Apple's premium tablet. The combination of cutting-edge technology, a refined design, and now, substantial price reductions, makes the M4 iPad Pro a highly attractive option for professionals, students, and creative enthusiasts alike. These deals are incredible, but we've got one more thing to wrap up our news segment. Now, let's quickly recap all the major stories we've covered today. That's a wrap on today's essential Apple updates. We covered the iOS 26 Public Beta 5 and compatibility checks for your iPhone, revealed which products are unlikely to appear at Apple's September event, explored the Mac-like advancements in iPadOS 26, and highlighted significant savings on the M4 iPad Pro. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this info valuable, subscribe to iPad Focus for all the latest news and reviews, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts on these stories in the comments below, and follow us on all our social channels for more Apple insights.